Hello, once again, peeps. You caught me in my readers. Yeah, as you get a little older, you can't see everything the same. So, got my readers on, and um, it's a good evening. Um, I love coming on here and talking because I just do. And I never thought I'd really have anything really to talk about that was that important because a lot of my interests are so, woo, so out there that, I never thought I could bring that information back down. But here I am. Um, I just want to first say, though, thank you to a lot of my friends who have inspired me to talk more. The little side conversations I have with people typically on a daily basis really has shown me that all these 13 years of, diving deep and going deep in every single aspect of myself is now turned into wisdom. And I'm very happy about that. I'm happy that, the pain that I have put my own self through, which is the topic of today's sermon on the mountain, is the fact that we put ourselves through our own pain to learn lessons. And we all do it in a different way. We're all individually complicated human beings who have to sometimes go a far distance to actually walk out into the backyard and find the truth. I don't know if you ever hear the story of the man who's looking for oil and he goes all out all over the world, all over the countries, different places, and he never finds any oil. And one day he's out back and he's messing around, digging around, and all of a sudden something pops out. And he notices that oil has popped out and it has been in his backyard the whole time. That is a timeless story told in so many different ways that everything that you ever want or need is typically staring you right in the face. So, and that story goes across many different cultures, many different languages. There's a story in every culture and every language that speaks to that hero's journey of you go out to try to find what's already there. And I think it's very important that we realize that everything that we need is inside. It's not out there. It's inside of us. But we have to go and dig in and truly, truly look at what it is that we need to fix inside of ourselves, what we need to explore, what we need to uncover. And until you do that, you will always be shooting blanks out into this world. No pun intended. But so today's topic is going to be, solving your own problems within your own self. And trust me, there are plenty of people right now spinning their heads, wondering why certain things are happening in their life that they cannot explain. I mean, to the point where things could be going so beautifully, and all of a sudden, you get this call, you get this, um, you know, sad news, and you think that you somehow made this happen. And you did. You did. Because for every situation, you don't create that situation right away. For something to go really, really wrong, you had to do a lot of stuff over time for that to happen. The only time that I can honestly tell you that you will manifest things very, very quickly is when you do become that master magician. And everyone has the ability to be a master magician. And what I mean by that is whatever you think, whatever you say, will come back to you very, very quickly. It doesn't matter what it is. Anything you say will come back to you like a boomerang. It's almost as if you throw the energy out into the universe and all of a sudden a rock comes back and hits you in the head. It really does happen. Prime example. I'm at my favorite store, Crystals, Candles, and Cauldrons in Hamden. It's in Baltimore. And I was there for a friend, helping out a friend, letting them go see one of the psychics that I go to there. And this psychic just has been, a part of my journey since like 2000, I would say 2012 or so. But anyway, this person, we had she had a good session. She came out of there happy as can be, got in her car, she went home, got in my car, police officer pulls up, not just one, three of them in the car. And I'm sitting there saying, what the hell did I do? Well, they come out, they say, where you going? This, that, and the other. And I'm sitting there saying, damn, what did I do for this to happen? And of course, they're, checking around. And of course, I'm being very, very, very cooperative because I don't want to get shot for nothing. And of course, they see me and it's like, I'm a bigger guy. So, bigger guys typically seem more threatening. But I can tell you, though, that they were very, very cordial towards me because I showed them so much respect, showing my hands, making sure they could see every movement, and really just being still, not talking too much, just listening. And I do that anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But they basically looked all around the car and everything. And I was like, well, what did you stop me for? Because, obviously I was just getting in the car. I wasn't moving. They was like, oh, it's your tint. I was like, oh, I did just get tint done today. And to top it off, the guy that was doing my tint, I said, what is legal and what's not legal? He said, well, if you get it this dark, this will be legal and you'll be fine. He said, but if you get it a shade darker, you might be okay, but they could stop you. And in my mind, I'm saying, they're not going to notice a little shade darker. Obviously, they do. Obviously, they can notice any shade of darkness. I'm joking. I'm really joking about that. But yeah, they pretty much, gave me a little warning or, whatever you want to say. I'm going to use it as my get out of not messing with my tent free card. I'm just going to be like, they already checked me. I'm good. But that is an example of, because I meditate so much, because I am always mindful of where I am, mindful of myself, each and every moment of the day. That's just something I do now as a good practice, and I don't really have to think about it anymore because this has been 13 years of a transformational journey. And that doesn't mean it's going to stop. It means that I'm going to keep transforming all the time, and this is just going to happen quicker. So that was a great lesson for me, that if I'm going to do something, I need to be okay with the fact that I'm not scared of the result. Because in the back of my mind, I remember very clearly, I was like, why are you going to get that a little bit darker? You know you might get stopped. Why do you have to add problems to your life by doing something that you know can have a challenging result? I said that to myself. In my mind, I said that to myself. But the cool part of me was just like, man, sure would look good if it was a little darker. Just a little bit, And yeah, so very quickly that energy swirled around, came back, and was like, yeah, you're a magician, brother. So if you're going to say something, you better make it good. That's why I say every day, I'm a billionaire. I'm a billionaire every day. I'm a billionaire. But yeah, so, you know, as far as your life, as far as, how you want to create your life and how you want to um, reduce your stress, reduce uh, situations in your life that cause you pain and stress and heartache, you have to fix yourself. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything outside of yourself. You will have results outside of yourself, but they come from your internal conversations with yourself. They do not come from people who say things to you. What happens is you already have those things in you, and those people are just responding to that energy by shoving it back in your face. So, once you understand that, you will no longer need a spiritual teacher. You will no longer need a therapist. You will no longer need a lot of things that you cling to and attach to use as a crutch to blame for what's going on in your life. You can now become your own guru. You can now have your own power. And I'm not saying that therapy, I'm not saying that having spiritual teachers, I'm not saying that going to a psychic, I'm not saying that talking to your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your best friend. I'm not saying that those things aren't good. But what you have to realize is that you are the source. You are the source of energy that makes everything work. So if you can use the different tools, which are the people in your life, to help you put together the puzzle, but always know that you are the one that has to put the puzzle back together, not them. You cannot ask someone to help you do anything that is going to help you become a better you, because everyone has their own way of becoming a better them. So you have to find the root cause of each and every problem in your life. And trust me, it's a journey. You will not get the right answer from anything. You will go through life, though, becoming more efficient at putting puzzles together and resolving situations very quickly because you are so self aware of everything that is going on in your life, whether it be light or dark, because we all have both. And you have, trust me, you have a reverse person to who you are in this life. For someone, that means it's a lighter person. For some of you, it could be a darker person. But the goal is to understand your light side and your dark side, and to transform your dark side into light so that you don't keep having these recurring situations and challenges that keep going around in your life over and over and over again. So that is the key. You have to be selfish to be selfless. This is something I tell my kids all the time. You have to be selfish to be selfless. That means take care of yourself, listen to yourself, talk to other people. Yes, get a therapist if you need someone to really vent to, but just know that they're just there to help you put together the puzzle for yourself. And you don't want to depend on that for the rest of your life, or you will always be enabled in some form or fashion, which means that if you were somewhere where you didn't have that person, you would not know how to deal with situations. You want to have the guru inside, the power inside yourself, so that no matter where you are in life, you can always close your eyes and listen to the deepest parts of your soul and get the right information for that moment. And sometimes the puzzle will come together piece by piece. You might not get everything at once, but over time, you will learn how to synergize and truly decode situations in your life. And you will get faster and faster and faster and faster with figuring things out. And that is life. That is the journey. That is the hero's journey, becoming your own hero for transforming the darkness into light. Every movie has it. Joseph Campbell was one of the storytellers of the hero's journey. He's one of those people that actually coined that phrase, the hero's journey. You see it in a lot of movies, Star Wars. You see it in, pretty much a lot of movies that you see in Disney. They have this journey from confusion to awareness. Look at most of the movies you see. They start off confused, bullied, not knowing who they are, and then they transform like the caterpillar to the butterfly. So keep that in mind. Don't think that you need to know right now everything you need to know. It's going to be an ongoing journey, because as you evolve, as you become more powerful in listening to yourself, then things will become more clear. And it will always be a journey. You will never, ever get to the end. Never. You are always a continuation. Your body is the vehicle, but your consciousness will always be alive. It is very infinite. So, with that being said, just want to thank you for listening to my rant of words. Please like and subscribe my videos. I hope that whoever needs to hear this hears this, and they can go out and choose the proper tools, just like a farmer would, to plow their own plot of land and grow the biggest harvest possible. Hope everyone has a great whatever. Peace.